Welcome to the Northway Basketball Podcast brought to you by your host, head scout, Kayon Mayers. And if you don't know, I'm the head scout at the Northway. And this is the Northway Basketball Podcast. And we will be talking about Canadian basketball and what's going on uh, right now. This is the place if you want to keep up with Canadian basketball, this is the place to be. If you want to know who the latest um, grassroots prospects, NCAA prospects are. This is where you tap in before they make it big. So today we're going to talk about what's going on in Canadian basketball right now. And for starters, Canadian prep basketball is back. Training camp is here. The energy, it's there. The kids are working. There's been a lot of movement this summer. I think when it comes to who won this summer, um, there's a lot of people who made a lot of big moves, but I think there are two programs that stood out to me the most, and they made a big splash. Iowa United, they got a lot of talent. They got a high major kid in Godson transferring there. They got another kid from Royal Crown. Apologize for his name slipping my mind right now. Very talented, um, a very talented middle school prospect. And I'll get you his name right now. Right? So, okay, forgive me um, if I don't say his name properly. But eh, Izogi, he used to be at Royal Crown. I apologize if I don't say your name properly. I probably am not saying it properly. Playing in the MSHT camp. He recently played for Team Ontario. He's a guard, um, super bouncy, super athletic, has a great handle, very mature skill set for his age. Reminds me a lot of Donovan Mitchell, because of how athletic he is, how explosive he is. And I think him going to IU United is going to really help him develop the resources they have there, the high level of competition. Playing against more guys who are also athletic is also going to help him. And if you don't know, his Instagram is ZKingBaller. Um, he recently transferred there alongside Godson Okoko, who last year was out in Cali, and before that he was at Royal Crown as well. So he's another high major prospects. He has a lot of high major offers, and he's going to be a force. And I also think um, really made the biggest splash is Bella Vista. They got a point guard for the future who I think reminds me a lot of Shea and Liam Midikaro, who was just at Iowa United on the Adidas circuit, and they recruited him over to Bella Vista. I think he's the next Shea. You're talking about mannerisms, you're talking about poise, you're talking about talent, talking about all those things, size, high character. He's all of those things, man. He's really reminds me a lot of Shea, the way you can't speed him up, the way he plays at his own pace, the way he can score, get to the bucket. He's a three-level scorer. He has a very mature skill set already. And I think he's going to be a special prospect for Canada. He's a class of 2028 kid. He's definitely going to go a high major, and he should be considered as an NBA prospect. NBA teams should definitely monitor him and keep him on their board. They also got Nathan Yamamba. Nathan, I apologize if I'm saying your name wrong. He's a 6'7", class of 2027 wing. Just transferred from out west Calgary. They've been producing a lot of top tier talent out west. In the provincial tournament, Alberta won the provincial. So it's just a testament to the work ethic they've been putting in and the way they've developed their talent over the years. With Nathan being one of the major contributors alongside Deng and Gora for Erie. I think Nathan has a lot of upside. He's very smooth, has a high IQ, understands how to play without the ball. He's long, he can shoot it, has a great shooting mechanics, and he's already started getting a lot of mid to high major interest. We've been in touch with coaches who are really interested in him already, and I think they're going to do extremely well. Um, yeah, man. And on the Canadian side, as far as Canadian prep programs who are located in Canada, I think Fort Erie is going to do really well this year. They're loaded, 1 to 12. They've got size at every position. I'm going to be really interested in watching them play this year. I'm going to make my way up there next week. Royal Crown Academy, they've reloaded really well with size, with versatility, a number of prospects from all over. I think King Heights Academy is going to go and make some noise this year and really show guys what's going on. And then, yeah, there are some prospects in the NCAA who I think are going to have a great year. And let's start with just three of them. First and foremost, I think Sean Blake as a sophomore has a lot of upside. The way he's developed his skill, he's always been talented. I think he gets a chance to put the ball in his hands this year and run that team for Vermont. Yeah, he's more athletic, he's stronger, his shot has gotten better. I think he is an NBA prospect, and I think he's going to be someone, high majors to pay attention to next year. Someone who's going to have a great sophomore season. And I think when it's all said and done, he may end up in the NBA. Let's also talk about Austin Goode, who was a 6'7" wing, put on 15 pounds of muscle as a freshman, was at Bella Vista Prep last year. They had a loaded team. They didn't really feature him as much as he would like to have been, as much as I would like to have seen, but when they needed him to play against AJ DeBansa, Darren Peterson, and guard those guys, he was there. And he showcased his versatility. I think he's in a great situation now at Cal Poly with the former Golden State development staff. You're seeing his game take a big leap in development on the court and in the weight room. I think he has a chance to be a pro at 6'7" with a 7'1" wingspan, huge hands, can pick up guys full court. He can guard 1 to 4. He's extremely versatile on the defensive end and as well as offensively. I think the sky's the limit for him, man. I think he's also another future pro. Another guy in NCAA I'm interested to see, I think has a bright future. I've said this before. We've had him number one in our rankings of this class of 2025, Spencer Ahrens. Spencer Ahrens has improved a lot. His mobility, his ability to move with the ball in his hands and to get down the court and break guys down. And I think he's really added to his game now by improving his mobility and overall athleticism. You're going to see a guy who can shoot the ball, spread the floor. He can pass, he can handle it. But just having that extra burst and his ability to move and get by guys and attack angles and get in and out of his hips is going to add another dynamic to his game. I think it's going to unlock a lot for him over these next 2 years. I think at the least he's a 2 year and then he's going to the pros. And I think he has a chance to be special for Boise State. I know he'll be a big part of their plans this year, and it's just up to him to produce. So now we're going to get into the scouting report of the week. Let's talk about Kemar Grant, a guy I've been raving about. 6'2" point guard from St. Jude's Academy. Extremely athletic, freak athlete. Talking about jumping off 1 or 2 feet, he has it all. He's strong. He can switch on to bigs if need be. He is a dog. He's extremely competitive, and he impacts winning on both ends of the floor. I think he has a chance to be a major force this season for St. Jude's, and they're going to put the ball in his hands. We're going to see him get a chance to make a big impact for St. Joe's as a facilitator, as the guy who the offense will run through. He came to our top 50 camp. He was the MVP. He dominated everything. Freak athlete, extremely strong. He's developed his jump shot, is getting a lot better. And as I said before, I think he has a lot of high major potential. We've had a high major coach take a look at him and say he's a jump shot away from playing at this level, and not just playing at this level, but contributing. He recently picked up some interest from Georgia State. Georgia State is definitely interested in him. And I think if you are a high major program or even a mid major and you're very big on development, I think the sky's the limit for him because A lot of other prospects, they're already who they're going to be athletically. Their skill set's kind of maxed out. And now it's just about perfecting it for them. He's so raw and he's got so much ability, so much talent on both ends of the floor. And it's a lot of intangibles that you can't teach that you have to take him. So I think he's one of those guys you definitely need to keep on your radar this coming season. Um, and I think if you're recruiting guys, you got to keep guys like this on your radar because it really impacts your decisions recruiting wise. He has an offer from Stonehill, and I think if he's at a prep school in the States, like a Bella Vista or even at a Fort area or one of those schools with more media, more exposure, and more connections. And this is no disrespect to his current situation. They've done a great job helping him. But just playing in America, playing at bigger programs just does something for you, puts a spotlight on you. You play better competition and you get a chance to really show what you can do. So um, I think he's one of those guys you have to keep on your radar because um, in this game of basketball, we understand the importance of situation and how that impacts your recruitment, that impacts your development. I think it's a great place for him to play, being at St. Jude's. However, I think as long as he does what he needs to do, the looks will come this year. And yeah, he's in our database. The updated rankings will be coming soon, and I'm looking forward to it. Um, there's a big tournament coming up, the Battle in the Fort on the first week of October. I've been in touch with a lot of coaches who will be coming by to see a lot of top tier prospects, and I'm looking forward to it. And we will be in the building. We will be watching guys. We're gonna scout a lot of guys. You know, Yousaf Ahmad had a big summer, just rising as a player and just proving his worth as a prospect, as a top 15, top 20 prospect in the class of 2026, showing that he could play at that level. He's a lot of mid-major interest. And I think he's going to continue on that trend. I'm looking forward to see how he does against top tier competition, who game plan and can get into him. Um, and this is going to be a great year ahead of us of Canadian prep and college basketball. Um, we definitely want to stay in touch. If you guys want to know who is up next with the next wave of Canadian talent, then make sure you subscribe to the Northway Basketball Podcast. And if you want full scouting reports, make sure you go to the northway.org and you subscribe to our scouting service and subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Instagram and X and TikTok. So again, coaches, I am your host, head scout at the Northway Kayon Mayers. And if you love Canadian basketball, be sure to stay tuned for more news and more breakdowns on the future of Canadian basketball. And for now, have a great night, a great week, and we'll see you later.